Hello, my name is Lysander, and I'm going to be showing one way that you can select your cards for divination. I call this the shuffling method. All that means is that you shuffle your cards while you ask your questions. So you could say it aloud or think your question or about the subject or person or situation you're reading about. Or you can also shuffle cards while having a conversation with yourself or with spirit or with another person. And the idea is that cards will fall out in response to whatever's being said or asked at that moment. And you would read those cards as they come up in that context. So you can shuffle your cards upright or to the side. I'm going to shuffle these upright because they're a bit large to do the other way. And the way I shuffle is just by dropping a few cards on the top. And that's what it's like when they fall out. So you want to only read cards that fall out upright, at least while you're getting started and getting familiar with it. Sometimes cards will fall out face down, and you can kind of have a gut feeling if that one's meant to be read or if you just fumbled the card out. When they fall out face down, I think of it as whatever the card is, it's talking about something that's not obvious or hidden or subconscious or kind of underhanded or under the table. So that is what it's like when they fall out, just like that. Sometimes it'll be one card, sometimes it'll be a few cards. Sometimes it'll be a lot of cards. You can either read all of them, although to be honest, I often will request that the deck shorten its answer because it can be very daunting if half the deck falls out and you feel that that's actually intended as an answer. So I will either switch to using a spread or structured reading at that point, or I will nicely ask the cards to give me a briefer answer, or just give me a little at a time. So sometimes they fall a bit far. Cards that fall out together typically are part of a single thought, but lay them out the way that feels right. So like, for example, and sometimes a few pairs will fall out, so it could have been like this, and then those would have fallen out. So that would be two separate thoughts. But you're welcome to also lay them out as feels right to you. So maybe it's more, feels like it should be more like this. You'll kind of get the hang of it the more that you use your cards. Sometimes the deck will actually flip the same card out multiple times. I would say definitely pay attention if that occurs, because it keeps giving you the same card or several cards. Not only is it emphasizing its point, it's saying that you didn't, you missed something, you didn't understand exactly what was being pointed out, and they're asking you to read it again. So when cards fall out through shuffling, you can also ask for elaboration to help you get some clarity or context, and you can shuffle for that or draw in another method as well. So asking for context or more information as well. That's always good. This is also a good method when you're not really sure what you want to know. In that case, a good question to ask is, what is the hidden thing, or do I need to know? So it's pretty straightforward. And the more that you read, the more understanding you'll gain intuitively of how to read your cards. So I hope that you have enjoyed that and that it's helpful to you. Until next time, be blessed.